I want to ask you about, are those DVDs behind you?
Yeah, I have 1,600. My wife and I have we have like a Blockbuster down here. We basically come down. I'm a physical media guy, so I come down here and rent movies, basically.
Can I house sit?
Yes, dude, come over. I mean, we're about to watch another episode of The Mandalorian. Come on over, and we'll watch it together.
Welcome to the future. Life is good, but it can be better. And why shouldn't it be? All you need is to want it.
I wanted to know if you remember the moment you found the character, you found what his mannerisms were going to be, the idea of you going, life is good, but it can be better. Like how you found the way he would speak, that TV personality. You remember finding him for the first time?
You know, my very first day of shooting was the infomercial that you get glimpses of in the movie. And I can't remember how much, but that was the strangest thing. And I think it was like the perfect way to step into it, because we, you know, within a movie of this scale, and my very, very first day was almost like with this, like, you know, independent rebel crew, you know, putting a boat in a parking lot with, you know, fakes, you know, like fake set pieces, a phone that didn't really have a cord, you know, and it was just such a strange and perfect way to start the movie for me. And then as a starting point, really, I've never relied so much on a director than I have Patty Jenkins. I've never trusted a director as much as I've trusted her in how to carve this out and how to do it in a way that just felt really, really risky, that honors the Max Lord, that the early versions of Max Lord in the DC comics, but then ultimately has something that is very unique to this movie.
I've been wanting to ask you this since I started watching the show. Your voice performance, the physicality of that performance underneath the helmet always blew my mind emotionally. I was always wondering how you knew in your mind emotionally how you were going to deliver these scenes and the distortion of your voice. But now this week, helmet's off, and it's the first time we actually get to see and hear you speak without it. So can you talk about the difference in emotionally playing Mandalorian in the helmet, and then what it was like? Was it freeing to do it without it? Can you talk about the difference between the two?
You know, I think it similarly it's strange for there to be such easy comparisons, because if you watch them, they would honestly seem like opposite ends of the spectrum, you know, such a kind of like exposed and out there and you know, broad performance of somebody like Maxwell Lord, and then you know, the opposite of all of that with Mando, but in the same way, it's like we figure it out as we go. You know, and how do we really, really surgically in some instances, or totally spontaneously and organically collaborate, and it is a collaborative effort, as everyone knows, to just kind of make this character as compelling as possible.